Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome to another review. This is of Deadpool and the Mercs for Money issue 7. And no, I'm not going to try saying that 5 times fast. This is an Inhumans vs. X-Men tie-in. You want to know the best part of this issue? I mean, honestly, it's the cover. That's it. That's the best part of this issue. And the cover's, colorful. It shows, Nightcrawler going against I forget her name. Polaris going against Karnak. And that's about it. You want to hear how bad I believe this issue is? Well, just listen to the description. Okay, first they have the description of the basic premise of the Inhumans versus X-Men. Then they have this. Now it is 5 years from the initial release of The Mist, and the Mercs for Money roam the streets of New York for their cause in protecting those who cannot protect themselves from the mist. Meanwhile, Negasonic Teenage Warhead has gone missing, and it's up to Domino, Deadpool, Gorilla Man, Hit Monkey, Machine Man, and a new team member, Ren Kimura, to find her. Now, if I understand this correctly, the story takes place 5 years after the Inhuman versus X-Men War. So I know it's 5 years after because Limbo Town, formerly New York City. Okay, in the Inhuman versus X-Men War, New York City is still known as New York City. We've got Domino. She's the most attractive of the group. And there's Deadpool, and for some odd reason, he's not red anymore. He's gray and black. And they're looking for someone. And Deadpool says, sure. Because it's really easy to lose track of a group of mercenaries wandering around Demon Town with an 800-pound gorilla in tow, and this one says 775 pounds. Thank you very much. Okay, that's mildly humorous. Now the scans are coming up blank, and they're going through New York City because I cannot remember Limbo Town. And who do they come up against? Well, I can recognize a few of the names: Lockjaw, Triton, Inferno, and Karnak. Inhumans. And it says there's no need for violence. And I thought the Terrigen Mist was supposed to kill all mutants that it came in contact with. But apparently this is 5 years in the future. Okay? Now the art is so. It doesn't really make the fire that Inferno's got coming off him jump at my attention. And this one, who is an Inhuman, who's fighting says, it's times like this I really feel like I chose the wrong side of the fight. Yeah, and you would have been part of a fanatical kill squad hunting us down. So, but you wouldn't have had a giant teleporting dog. this is that they're just like dancing around, trying to see who's going to throw the first punch. But eventually, they do. And it was the mercenaries. They threw the first punch. Now, it just seems to me to be totally pointless that this should take place 5 years in the future after everything is finished. You know? I mean, it's not a difficult story to read, but this is, another reason I know it's 5 years in the future, because aside from the fact that it says that at the beginning of the story, Deadpool says, lucky for us, magic must have given her demonic pals specific marching orders before she kicked the bucket. In other words, magic is dead. Probably due to the Terrigen Mist. And she says, real nice. Did you forget I'm an Inhuman too? And so there's searching for someone. It's not really clear who, because the story is boring at best. They're fighting each other, but at the same time they're fighting these demonic type creatures. Really? Bunch of mercenaries? I mean, this and there's Lockjaw, the big dog. And so, for some odd reason, they decide to call the fight off. Say what? I mean, when a fight starts, generally both sides, in the confines of a comic book, fight till someone surrenders or gets killed, or they just come to the conclusion that they can't, that neither side can win. But this fight was called off, it seems, too soon, just after it began. Domino is the only good part of this story, because she's the only one that I really recognize, aside from Deadpool and Karnak, that looks totally different than the way he does in the Inhumans vs. X-Men main story. And I think that's the way he used to look back, and that's the way he used to look like back in the Silver Age. And I know Inferno because he's in the mainline story of Inhumans vs. X-Men. And Triton is in, I think he was in the Uncanny Inhumans storyline. No, that was another, but it was a different issue. And then they come across this person. They call him Massacre. But he looks like a Deadpool ripoff. And he speaks, I think, in French. It says he encountered a Negasonic teenage warhead, and he falls dead and drops a data stick, or a USB stick. I mean, I did not know that Deadpool had other knockoffs. I mean, I knew there was Gwenpool, but I don't even read that comic. So, Deadpool's like, he found her? They're looking for a girl, I guess. And I'm betting we'll find out where she is once we open those files. Alright, Domino says. So Massacre always said Negasonic was still out there somewhere, but I don't know that any of us believed him even now. I'm still not sure if I do. But he pointed the way for us, and we need to find her before the Inhumans do. It is as you predicted. And then we see another group. It's a bunch of people that I don't recognize. And some of them from the group that attacked Deadpool and his bunch. And so this is not keeping in line with the Inhumans versus X-Men story. Now, to make matters worse, and yes, they do get worse, they go back to the present day. And here's the same group of people, except that Inhuman is not there, and the dude called Massacre is there, and he's all in red, and Deadpool is all in red instead of gray and black. Well, Deadpool's in red and black to be accurate. And so what's it gonna be? This ain't our fight. We're mercenaries, and it doesn't sound like there's any money to be made here. This isn't about money, Ken, Domino says. Sometimes you strap on your guns for cash. Sometimes you do it because it's what's right. Yep, I know, I just wanted to hear you say it. I mean, it's kind of pointless dialogue here. Deadpool says, it's pretty clear to me which team we're playing for. We've got 2 mutants among us, and one person, me, with a vested interest in mutant survival. The Terrigen cloud is toxic. It's going to kill every mutant on the planet in a matter of weeks. Now, keep in mind that I believe by Inhumans vs. X-Men 1, only 8 months had passed since all this started. And this story takes place 5 years later. So there's a lot of time that could have been filled, but evidently wasn't. And here we've got this girl. I think this is the one they are looking for 5 years later. She says, no more Terrigen Cloud, no more Inhumans. Sounds like a lose-lose scenario to me. And this destroying the cloud does not necessarily mean doom the Inhumans. They have to figure out an alternative. Mutants do not. And so we spend about 3 pages in the present, and then 3 pages in the present day. Then it goes back to 5 years from now, where they've set down their own jet and they're walking to what looks like a temple of some sort. And apparently that's where Massacre found the Negasonic Teenage Warhead, whatever that is. They walk in and they're greeted, hey Deadpool, by mutants. Polaris, Rachel Gray, Nightcrawler, and I can't remember him. And the Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Cheesy name. Long time no see. Yeah, I can relate. I guess I needed some time to clear my head. So, at first it's not clear if they're friendly or not. Polaris asks, what are you doing here? What do you want? Domino says, we're just here to check in on a friend. And Rachel says, they're worried about her. They thought she was dead, but now that they know she's alive, they're afraid. The Inhumans, they're still hunting for her. And they've targeted Domino and her little band. They thought you knew where Negasonic was hiding. Technically, we're here, so we kinda did know where to find her. And Deadpool says, even after the cloud, after the world became safe for mutants and Inhumans, both sides kept on fighting. So many people paid the price. Polaris says, "Don't try to put this on us, Deadpool. What happened under your watch and mutant kind is this happened under your watch, and mutant kind is thankful for it. Own it. Own it," he says. "Yeah, that's it. That's why I'm here." "You have been tracked. We are exposed," Exorn says. "Say what you need to say, Wade Wilson, and let's be done with this. Let's be done with all of it." "What is it?" she says. "Why are you here?" "You already know, I'd imagine. You know what I'm going to ask. And I know it sounds nuts, but I need you to bring the Terrigen Cloud back." Yeah, that does sound nuts. And this is 5 years in the future. Now, granted, I have not read every single tie-in to the entire saga, but this just made no sense up to this point, in the saga. So, I cannot recommend this comic to anybody. I think it's totally confusing, and if I'm confused, then other people will be confused as well. I mean, if you read it from the start to this point, it's going to be confusing because everything seemed to make sense up to this issue of Deadpool and the Mercs for Money. A comic book which I did not buy until this event happened. So, that's what I have to say about this. What did you guys think about it? Did you like it or did you not like it? Leave your comments below. Also, please do subscribe and smash that bell like She-Hulk so you can get all the notifications when videos are uploaded. And also, please like and share this video if you enjoyed it or if you just want to make fun of it, or if you want to share it with your friends. This will make the 4th video that will go live tomorrow on YouTube, so be looking for it. Till next time, true readers, I'm Michael for Spirit Comics.